I've gotten out the swimming pool and I've just seen we're losing against Charlton. Isn't this one of the harmingers of the apocalypse? Is the end nigh? Is this fucking real life? Am I in a dream? We don't fucking lose to Charlton. What the fuck is going on?
You're listening to AchtungMillwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. You join AchtungMillwall at last. I've been sitting with Arron Paul on the BBC doing all the Sports London show. Welcome to AchtungMillwall. You join us 12 minutes into a so-called friendly. It's actually started out not particularly well for the Lions. We're a goal behind with a corner for Charlton as we speak. So let's hope we don't concede a second. Charlton have taken the field in red. Millwall team tonight. Jules Long in goal. Murray Wallace, Sean Hutchinson, Jake Cooper, Kevin Nisbet. Zian Fleming starts. Joe Bryan, Ryan Leonard, Andreas Vogelsam are starting tonight. Jill Saville, Casper Denor, our new wonder kid from Belgium, apparently. So at the moment, a very rare occurrence in Mill history. We're losing to Charlton now, and it's been rusty start so far, mate.
I hate back threes.
Yeah, I'm
really
not keen.
hate them.
I'm not keen. We never look comfortable with it, do we?
Why can't Millwall just play a back four? Why? What is it? And do you know what? This brings questions. Are Millwall going to miss the athleticism, pace, and the sort of young raw talent of Charlie Cresswell this year?
Well, we will. Absolutely, we will. Let's hope that the likes of Alex Mitchell is on the bench, I believe. Yes, he is on the bench tonight. So we're going to expect a change of team at half-time at least. But, we've looked a bit rusty in defence so far. It is only a warm-up game, listeners, even though it is against Charlton. Now we're going to be checking in at various points through the course of the game. I don't propose to do a full stream of consciousness on this one. I've been doing the BBC work with Arron for some time, so I'm a little bit burned out after all that glamour work.
You're 2 steps away from the payroll.
2 steps from the payroll. Story of my life. We'll be back in due course. At the moment, 0-1, Charlton 14 minutes into the game, dear listeners. Just to repeat some of the bits we said on the Radio London show, really, really nice tribute to John Berylson. The club arranged some of the shirts that were put outside the den during the tributes to following his sad passing. It's been arranged into a JB with the stars and stripes on the docker stand. It's a really nice display over there, Arron. It's nicely done. Yeah,
we spoke to Steve Kavanagh about it on the programme, and he said that, look, no one's taking credit for it. It's just, it kind of came together. Everyone wanted to do something special for a special human being as well. Very emotional minutes applause as well. And
well observed by Charlton as well.
Oh, absolutely. By their players, their supporters, by Dean Holden, their manager as well, who went and applauded the Barry Kitchen stand fair. He's a class act, by the way. He's a top.
He spoke well on social media, I saw.
Top guy.
Very nicely done. And on the big screen, there's a black and white photograph of JB. Keeps on a rotation, so it's a very emotional occasion. The main tribute will, of course, be ahead of the Bristol City game, which is on August the 12th, the first home game of the league season. But it's been nicely done so far.
We've got some clips coming out on the BBC London social page, by the way. Vogie doesn't like English breakfast.
I dare say he don't. He wouldn't have come across it in Germany, would he?
No, they like sweaty ham and cheese, don't they? He doesn't like English breakfast. And I had to explain to him what jellied eels were. He'd never had pie and mash.
Well, in fairness, I don't like jellied eels.
Do you not?
No, I like a bit of pie mash, listeners. But jellied eels, you can keep them. Yes, I'm actually in the press box, so I get the rare honour of wearing a Millwall press pass for the occasion. I'm the man from the BBC for the day. Lifelong ambition there, listeners. So far, Millwall not showing much. It must be coming towards 20 minutes into the game. Let me just check the timings. Bear with me, listeners. 20:06, about 20 minutes in, 21 minutes in. Nothing much to report from a Millwall perspective, in fairness, other than rusty defence. So still work to be done before we take the field against Middlesbrough on August the 5th. The forward passing so far, listeners, 19 minutes in actual fact, not 20 as I think I've said a moment ago. The forward passing's a little bit aimless. Downfall of last season. Murray Wallace there just pumping it forwards rather aimlessly. You've got to do better than that, Arron.
Charlton have packed that midfield like a sandwich from the Millwall Cup. Go and see Bobby. Genuinely though, I hate playing through it at the back. Really annoys me. The full-backs are trying to push on. The problem is, Millwall can't get the ball out of their own half.
No, we've been back a lot at the moment. I'm sat next to BBC producer Lucy Oliva. Lucy, that was your creative handiwork, that Barbie versus Oppenheimer video you did. What gave you the idea?
The creative direction was that we were out for a couple of drinks on Saturday night, and I had an epiphany that this would be the perfect thing to find out from the Millwall players, give the people what they want, and my God, did they deliver.
Mill on the break here. This is a ball in from Saville. I was interrupting Lucy's epiphany there. Shot from distance from Zian Fleming, wide left. At last, Mill will start to show some attacking vim. Where were we? We're on an epiphany with Lucy.
Yeah, Barbie Oppenheimer, I've learned so much about the Millwall squad, the inner workings of their mind. Also keep an eye out for some behind-the-scenes exclusives of some other very strange questions Arron asked them. Salty or sweet popcorn? Which member of the squad would fall asleep in Oppenheimer? What is George Stavel's golfing handicap?
Now, you are a Barbie fan. You've seen the movie, haven't you?
If you have not been, you've got to go. It will change your life.
I mean,
it's true. It's true.
You hear it on Achtung first. It will change your life, listener. Charlton have done their homework, dear listeners. They're surrounding Zian Fleming, really pegging Millwall back at the moment. But we are looking to spread the ball. We're starting to warm up a little bit at last. Passing the ball around midfield. Second goal for Charlton. They just walked through the defence there with aplomb. Millwall's defence looking all over the place at the moment, dear listeners. How many minutes in are we now? 24 minutes. The Charlton fans are going berserk. There's one bloke with no shirt on down there, such as the levels of joy. 2-0 Charlton, Arron. That's poor.
Charlie Kirk with the goal. As you said, them Charlton fans going radio rental in the away end, mate.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Defensively, we look completely at 6s and 7s at the moment. That was just neat passing right down the middle of the Mill defence.
Can I just say something? Arguably, Charlton have a better goalkeeper than Millwall. Isted's a
lot of sides have a better goalkeeper than Millwall. That wasn't a goalkeeping error. That was the defensive error.
Someone should be. There's no authority. There's no command. That's what I feel with someone like Long, and it really worries me. Now this Millwall backline, have they assembled into a 4? It looks like a 4 now, look. Yeah. Or is Joe Bryan's going further up again.
There's a lot of issues to be sorted out, dear listeners. 25 minutes into the game, 0-0 Charlton 2. Nice, bit of pace going down the right side now. This is Ryan Leonard on the right side, playing as a right wing back. Ball into the middle towards Nisbet. It's over the top of his head, unfortunately, but this is now Bryan on the left side. He checks. Will he have a go? Cuts back to Zian Fleming. Moves just ran out of steam a little bit there. We do keep possession. Coming towards 29 minutes. I did say I wasn't going to do a stream of consciousness, but you get hooked into a game, listeners, don't you?
The Charlton back line are static, the Millwall front line are static.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. You know, it's just everyone just trying to...
I mean, it's a workout game, so let's find these problems now when it doesn't matter. No, they don't want to lose. No, not the Charlton. That's a corner. Let's give a goal kick.
Kick he's given. Keith
Stroud. Yeah, referee Keith Stroud. Coming towards 30 minutes, dear listeners. Incidentally, I did manage to get here a touch early. I was helping Arron on the radio show. There's a nice little press there up at the Charlton end. It's all starting to look like a little bit of a life in the side. But we finally got the plaque to Bob Hunter, the legendary figure from pre-First World War football, and then after the move to Coldblow Lane into the 1920s, a legendary manager, one of the major figures of club history. If you go to the supporters wall by entrance W7, you'll see a plaque there to Bob Hunter, 1860 to 1933. I did a little video which I will stick out online, but if you get a chance, if you're passing by, just have a look. It's one of the major names of Millwall history. I'll do a link to Neil Fissler and my podcast we did about the life of Bob Hunter. Have a little nod. If you've got passing by with a beer, raise a glass to Bob Hunter. The plaque is now up along with a lot of other Millwall fans' plaques at last. So good work by the club to get that done finally. Bob Hunter, 1860, 1933. Lions are on the attack at last, dear listeners. Ball in from the right side. That's a dangerous looking. Always a Bryan with a little header back, but no one following up there. 35 minutes in. We've looked we've looked coherent in phases, but really it can't be a satisfactory performance to be 2-0 down to an average League One side. Trying to be fair here, that's why you tune into our podcast, isn't it? For fairness, but Charlton look a lightweight good side, but nothing. I wouldn't say they would be contenders, but so far, Aaron.
I don't want to say anything in case I insult Charlton fans. Well,
don't insult Charlton fans.
Well, no, even if I say
they can do that for themselves.
Even if I say they're good, they get upset with me for actually talking about their football club. And can I just say thank you to all the Millwall fans who have come in and waded in to defend my honour.
One of our own, mate. You're one of our own. But no, they look lightweight, pretty so far.
But they look tidy enough.
Yeah.
For League One, they look tidy enough. League One's a difficult division.
Yeah.
It's like the swamp of English football. It is really,
very tough league to get out of once you're in it. Really, and they've been in it quite a few years now.
If you look at over the past 15 years, that's what they spent the majority of their time.
Yeah.
In League One.
And yet another change of ownership, of course, this week.
Change of ownership. But you know what? They've got a good coach, man. Got a good coach. They've got some
He's
good
got them
players.
sorted. I mean, they've got us in their pocket at the moment. I'll be quite honest with the listeners because we've shown nothing.
The guy that does their recruitment is Steve Gallum.
Yeah.
Fantastic human being.
Yeah.
Great guy. Very intelligent. I think they're a good side. They're a really tidy little side, and I would expect them to do pretty well in League One. See, Charlton fans, listen to AchtungMillwall. I said you're going to do pretty well.
Yeah. At the moment, 36 minutes in, I think Gary Rowell will be the most unhappy man tomorrow morning when they get into work, dear listeners. Anyway, there we are. Millwall 0, Charlton 2 as we speak. Loose ball there, just as I turned the recorder on. Loose ball allowed Kevin Nisbet a decent shot from just outside the D, on target, batted over by the Charlton goalkeeper for a left-sided Millwall corner. First chance of Millwall came from a Charlton error, 37 minutes in. Like I said to Aaron earlier on, strange businesses, friendlies. You don't want to lose them, but you don't want to put too much into them. There's a shot from Vogelsammer's high over the bar. That'll be a point after touchdown on American football. 38 minutes. Aaron's just putting all of his equipment away, and it very much the gear looks like it's the kind of thing that used to be parachuted into occupied France for the resistance to beam messages back to London. It rattles. It's old school, honestly, listeners. No one attack now. A little ball in at the far post there. That was Ryan Leonard just put a left-sided cross wide. Little bit of comfort for Millwall fans last couple of minutes, listeners. I mean, what has been a fairly poor half in truth. We're coming towards the 40th minute. I would expect there to be a team change at half-time because we've got Bart on the bench. George Evans, Harry will be looking forward to seeing George Evans. Billy Mitch, Tom Bradshaw, Duncan Watmore, Edomo Emarku Romanese, boy at the moment. Alex Mitchell, Wesley Harding, new signing, and Sashil Adam Malaki. I did notice actually that Zach Mitchell, which is Billy's brother, is on the Charlton bench. So whether we'll see Mitchell v Mitchell in the second half, we hope. It's been a fairly, it's been a bit of a procession so far this pre-season. This is the first time we've come up against any stern resistance, and I've got to say we've not looked brilliant. It is a workout game, so we've got to always put that caveat into any conversation about it. But so far, no, this will be work to be done, listeners. Beautiful evening sunshine, casting orange glows across the Coldblow Lane end, and then the Selchep Power Station at the back. They're taking it short, so I think the referee will blow up very, very shortly. There's a half-time whistle. 0-0. Charlton 2, you can hear the reaction. Rightly so, in my opinion.
AchtungMillwall.
Well, George Long came out to a mixed reception there, I think it's fair to say. The start of the second half, Millwall were out. We're waiting for the entry of the Charlton side, dear listeners. Just been having a little shifty through some of the Twitter reaction. George, Millwall GC, wants a refund for his £5 stream. He wants his money back. Don't blame you, George. Johnny P, I know it's only a friendly, but that was awful, says Johnny. Season is less than 2 weeks away. Very, very true. Stephen S, that was absolutely dreadful. I was struggling with which formation we were playing. Well, there's a mess, Steve. I think that's probably my take on it. Yeah, you get the picture, dear listeners. Much the same sides come out for the start. I anticipated a bit of a change around at half time, but looks like Gary Rowett is persevering with the 11 that have got us into this 2-0 situation for Charlton. As someone posted on here that the open top buses will be booked for the London Borough of Greenwich, Royal Borough of Greenwich, sorry. It used to be London Borough back in my day. Just waiting for second half to get underway. Charlton going to kick off attacking the away end in the second half. I think it's as per the Millwall B, dear listeners, but I'm afraid he didn't make an appearance tonight because I was doing the old radio. Joy Division, radio, live transmission. Anyway, second half, away we go. I think if we go 3 down, then there really will be unhappiness around the den.
Significant levels of disdain and unhappiness at pre-season friendlies. Not from a Millwall perspective. We played Palace about 20 plus years ago when Steve Coppell was managing them, and we beat them 6-0. And I think he was sacked very shortly afterwards. That was a friendly here. Millwall, the worst friendly result I can remember in a Millwall game was we played Ipswich back in 78 and got beat 6-1 pre-season friendly, which was strangely replicated in the FA Cup later on in the season, 6-1 again. In 78?
1978, yeah. It was the day of the Lewisham riot. They had a Millwall game on when Lewisham was ablaze.
Did you get involved?
Not in the riot, I came here for the football. As I was walking away from New Cross Station, you could see like a huge line of police horses, demonstrators, counter-demonstrators. It was a full-on riot.
Was it tough getting back into the Mottingham that night?
When we came out after the game, which was a 6-1 loss to Ipswich, I think it was only about 1,200 people in there, including me. Everyone else was at the riot, I think. It was like the thing had finished by then, but it was like a war zone, debris strewn everywhere. Millwall on the attack, very little imagination going forwards. All bouncing around. This is Nisbet. He's a natural forward. He looked to take and turn there, but he was just taken away from at the last. He's one of the few bright spots on the evening for me so far, Kevin Nisbet. But otherwise, you're right, bleak is a good word. Well, best move of the Millwall half so far, Millwall game, I would say. Completely made a mess of it the last. I think that was Ian Fleming, put it well wide in the end. But it was nicely little move across the face of the goal, but
it was Vogelsammer, I think.
Vogelsammer. Put it wide, listeners. So there we are. Best Millwall chance of the game. Put wide. 52 minutes. Correction, it was Zian. Zian put it wide. Whoever put it wide, it was a mess. Don't matter who it was.
Didn't get any purchase on it.
Do you know what? It's completely passed me by. I was just looking on Twitter, and someone posted that George Evans is on. I hadn't noticed George Evans is out there.
Yeah.
I hadn't noticed.
This is uncomfortable, isn't it?
Yeah, Charlton passing the ball around, listeners. We are now coming towards 55 minutes, and apart from that glaring miss by Ian Fleming, we've shown nothing. Charlton are passing the ball around pretty liberally. It was a shot over the bar from distance, a looping effort from distance. They don't look terribly dangerous. They look neat and tidy and pretty, I suppose I'd call it. They do have this 2-goal lead through inept defending by Millwall. We've shown nothing. That's really concerning. Evans has replaced Murray Wallace, who did look all over the place in that first half, listeners. So back line is Evans, Cooper, Hutchinson. Leonard started the half as a wing back. I think he's playing more of a conventional right back now. Nice the ball spread there. The 23's got it for Charlton, unfortunately. Ryan Leonard done well there, fighting kind of tackle, wins a free kick. Good player. If only he can stay fit, listeners. Can he stay fit? That's my question to you. A whole bunch of substitutions. Bradshaw's come in. Looks like Adam Malaki, I believe. Essay's in. Wesley Harding's in the side. New signing. If there's any more that I've missed, I apologise to you, listeners. We don't make any charge for this show, so I can't give you your money back. 62 minutes. Millwall immediately look more dangerous. Billy Mitchell is coming to the fray as well. On the right hand side, ball into the box, that's cleared. we look a bit more purposeful suddenly. That's good to see.
Uncle Nick,
Right.
there's a player on for Charlton, Tyrese Campbell, and one of the Millwall fans just been kindly informing me about his biography and whatnot. Do you know his middle name's Tupac?
I wasn't aware of that, no.
Because apparently his parents were a fan of Tupac.
Tupac Shakur?
Yeah.
How cool am I knowing that, eh?
Well, did you used to listen
You
to
didn't think I knew that, did you?
No, I thought you were more of a Bobby Vinton man
Pink
or something.
Floyd, mate.
So if you had to have a middle name to do with a musician or you know someone that your parents admired, who would it be?
I'd probably go for Stormzy or something like that.
So your name would be Nicholas
Stormzy.
I don't know how that works, but I'm talking about someone that your parents would have liked.
Oh, right. Well, I'll probably be named off one of the jazz greats, Coltrane or something like that.
Nick Coltrane Hart. I like that.
Nice little move there. That was Romanes trying to free Tom Bradshaw. We do suddenly look a bit more purposeful now with the reshuffle. The team that started the first half has got work to do, Aaron.
Romanes, I hope he has a good season. He's a great lad, really, really nice guy. You know, he's got a lot of potential. Millwall fans talking about him on social media. He said to me yesterday, by the way, he's seen the love, he appreciates the love, he wants to be a player here.
Nice one. How did the media day go? Did you enjoy it?
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
I've seen some of the Barbie and Oppenheimer stuff.
Yeah, there will be a lot of it on social media. I know Lucy, our producer, has worked on some bits and pieces as well. So yeah, loads to get on.
Good day. Yeah. This is Charlton spreading the play quite nicely. On the break, edge of the middle penalty area, we scuff it away by hook or by crook. Coming towards the halfway point in the second half. There's a shot from the 9, wide left from distance. Halfway through the second half, we've looked a lot more with it since the reshuffle earlier on. This is Kevin Nisbet, edge of the penalty area. He's taking it wide right, ball across the face of the goal. It's been put behind. No, it's going to be cleared by the Charlton defender. So 22 minutes into the second half, 67 minutes. Bradshaw and Nisbet now is a two-man forward line. We have looked a little bit more dynamic going forwards without troubling the scorer, of course. More on the break. All out wide right. This is Kevin Nisbet, edge of the penalty. Will he have a go? He surely will do. First goal for Kevin Nisbet. Nicely taken goal, Aaron.
People were shouting, cross it, he went for goal, and he didn't score.
Goal scorer.
Uncle Nicky potted it into the corner. That was something we'd see at the World Snooker Championships. Held up the defender and just toe poked it, in fact, past the goalkeeper. Ricocheting it off the post. Kevin Nisbet opens his account of the den. Millwall fans are up and alive. Come on, boys, time to win this.
More like it. 69 minutes, dear listeners. Lucy's watch. So was it say 90 decibels, Lucy?
Yes, it's very, very loud. 90 decibels. I've been warned that my poor hearing will go.
She's got a flash Apple watch, and it tells you when the noise gets into dangerous levels. Sound decibels just hit 95 decibels. Beautiful ball over the top. Goalkeeper comes out on Bradshaw. Looks like a dangerous challenge to me. Caught Bradshaw. Bradshaw was through on the left-hand side. He took a whack there. He's limping away, but he's all right. He's still in the game. But that was a dodgy old challenge by that Charlton slag goalkeeper, listeners. Will look like much more alive. The crowd are alive. The decibel levels are 90. Now the goalkeeper's fell over. To the chagrin of the Millwall's crowd. Millwall substitution, listeners. Alex Mitchell and Adamo Emarco have come into the game. Quite hard to keep track of who's left, but looks like Nisbet has come out, listeners. Nisbet has come out. Really like the look of Nisbet. I've been quite, of all the players I've seen tonight, I think he's the one that stood out for me, first half included. We've got a bit more of the youth. That's his Romanes on the left side. He's cut in, he's jinked round. Oh, brilliant. That's a lovely little jinking run by Romanes. Goalkeeper stopped it with his feet. Lovely move. Gone for a corner, dear listeners. In comes the corner. Deep. There's Jake Cooper. He's going to go for a goal kick, I think. No. Right-sided corner. Bit of Millwall pressure.
Yeah, that was juicy, Jake corner. I thought that was
I thought he had that, didn't you?
I thought he had it as well. But
Producer Lucy is performing major surgery on Aaron's phone whilst all this Millwall drama takes place. He's done a job there, Lucy. Wow. There was like I described it as psychedelic screen previously, but she's replaced it. Wow. It's over the heads of everybody. Listeners, so there we are. 76 minutes, dear listeners. SA with the confidence to dig out Imaku down. Harding, digging out Harding, experienced player, and he's coaching him for playing the wrong ball. The boys don't lack for confidence, listeners.
Yeah, absolutely.
Charlton fans are a weird bunch. The bloke down there with no shirt on, the kind of northern style, you know. There's a bloke at Newcastle does that, isn't he? No shirt down the front row.
Maybe he's a nudist.
Charlton are taking forever over this right-sided corner. I think they're really trying to drag out what will be a historic win for them if they can pull it off tonight in the friendly. Finding every reason not to take the corner and chew up the time.
That box, that penalty area, looks like the queue outside Lebo Grill on the A2. If anyone knows it, boneless half and rice for me.
Here it comes. No one there. Long takes. Nicely enough. Charlton doing their best to... I think the technical term is shithouse their way through to this historic win in the pre-season friendly. In fairness, George Evans has been okay. There's now a break for the Lions. This is Imaku coming down the left side. He's into the penalty area. He's going to take... Imaku fires home. What a run! What a run! That was top quality one there, Arron.
Fantastic run down the left-hand side. Good.
Brought the crowd to his feet.
I need to just say two words, which plenty of Millwall fans have asked me to say in the past. Choo-choo!
Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Wonderful, wonderful run down the left side by Edomo. Imaku makes his mark on the game, makes his mark on the den, dear listeners. Quality. The quality of what we've got on the pitch now, Arron. What's the contrast like with that first half?
Nick, he shot up that left-hand side so fast. He took on the fullback, and do you know when you saw the pass initially from the centre, you're like, nah, he ain't going to go and get that. No, he's not going to bother getting that. He got it, had the composure to hold up to the defender.
Start the talent, Gary Rowett.
Great lad.
If you're listening, start the talent.
I had the pleasure of meeting Ado Imaku, and
right.
The relationship he's already built with Romain S. is so lovely. They're like, you know, like best mates just hanging around together, and it's great. You know, he's a proper Irishman.
I've heard him speak.
He loves it. We were talking about full English breakfast after Andreas Vogelsam admitting that he doesn't like one. Ado said the same. He goes, he prefers a full Irish. He's not interested. But you know that he's not interested in pie and mash. It's quite fun, enlightening conversations. But genuinely, we had such a great laugh, and he's a great kid. And again, just part of the talent that they want to bring through here. You know,
absolutely. That was a quality finish. Anyways, Charlton on the break here. That's hoof over. Much to the merriment, listeners. The merriment of the Millwall support. Into touch. Since Tom Bradshaw's come on, listeners, as well, we've drawn. Well, that's a quickly taken free kick. This is Romain Esse on the left now. Goes past his man. Shot on target. Oh, on the line. Saved on the line.
For all the credit I'm giving that goalkeeper.
Oh, their lives flashed in front of their eyes there.
All them rail cards tracked on the floor.
All their silly little lives flashed in front of their eyes there. That was close. Saved on the line by the yellow-clad goalkeeper, listeners. Romain Esse has been going past that left-sided defender like a knife through butter. The boy is top drawer. Start the talent, Rowett. Imaku screaming for the ball over the top from Jake Cooper. He didn't have the vavavoom to supply that ball. Some real hunger. These boys are hungry players. They want it. That's a lovely spread ball there, 45. Wesley Harding. Some crunching tackles going in there now, listeners. Both teams won it. Reminds me of the very first game here. 30 years anniversary, of course, since the Sporting Lisbon fixture. When I think both teams at half-time, having been committed We're told to take it easy. It is only a friendly. With the swap over, the blood transfusion. Who's the Finnish athlete? Lassi Viren. Lassi Viren used to have a blood transfusion before every Olympics. Millwall had a blood transfusion in this second half with the influx of new blood. You ever heard of him? Lassi Viren, 1970s Finnish runner. Would have a new blood change. Like Keith Richards for the Rolling Stones, he allegedly had a blood change as well, didn't he?
What, they drained the whole thing?
New blood.
How does that happen?
That may have been myth, I don't know. This is Charlton on the break. This is the 8. What can he do? Millwall bring away, dear listeners. There it is. Referee blows final whistle, finishes Millwall 2, Charlton 2. Good second half once we made the changes, Aaron. I mean, a team transformed.
Mate, Millwall were touching cloth for a lot of it, weren't they? Yeah. Genuinely.
Very, very poor first half. Not much better at the start of the second half, and then we brought in the young talent. And there's only one message from me for Gary Rowett: let's start that talent.
Play the boys. Give the boys the opportunity. They want to play. They're hungry. You've got to give unproven talent the opportunity.
Romanes, Adamo, Amarco, transform that side.
Ado was brilliant. Ado was brilliant. He really was brilliant. And they want to play for this football club, and they want to show what they can do. Give him the opportunity, guys. That's what I'm going to tell him in his post-match interview.
Pass
give
it
him
on,
the opportunity.
Right, so big thank you, Arron Paul.
Uncle Nick, you legend.
Nice one, mate.
Legend, you icon.
Big thank you, Lucy Oliva, the saviour of a mobile phone now. Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Big thank you to dear listeners. This has been AchtungMillwall, friendly football. Till the next edition, arrivederci Millwall, and bye for now.
Hello?
Hi Nick, Matt Webb coming away from tonight's game, Millwall 2, Charlton Athletic 2. Well, that is probably the yin and yang of Millwall Football Club. First half, I wanted to go home. Second half, I didn't want to go home. And today, and we must always bear in mind, it is a friendly, it's a pre-season, and players are not going to put 100% effort in. But there was a lot of concerns from my perspective, but then there is lots of optimism and lots of praise of exciting times to come ahead with that club. First and foremost, I'm going to pull out the drawbacks first. I think the back three of Hutchinson, Cooper and Wallace is now too predictable and to a degree quite slow. I think they are ageing, and any up and coming attackers in this Championship League this season are going to have them all day long. I do worry with those back three. Charlton had speed and had a lot of creativity, but they're bloody League One. So you imagine playing against teams that are better than Charlton, we might have a bit of a situation. I thought there was a couple of players, and I will put Fleming into this today, that just wasn't up to standard today. Whether that's this transfer talk, whether it's the threat of I don't want to get injured because I may have a big money move on the horizon, I don't know. But for me, him, and I'll put the German in there as well, just wasn't at 100%. And yes, I will remind myself that it was only pre-season. Joe Bryan, whoa, I mean, if there was a deluge of teams that wanted him for his signature, Christ, we could have given him to someone after that. I thought his touch was letting him down on numerous occasions, and there was a couple of times where he had opportunities to put it onto his right foot. Now, you're a professional footballer, okay, if you're naturally left-footed, give it a crack with your right. Just do it. You know, you never know, it's a lottery. Give it a try. And it just was a bit disappointing for me this evening. And that was half time. However, let's put the positives in. Nisbet, again, you know, we've got something there, and my God, if we had him in January, who knows what could have happened. We could have been up there, but he was good, he was strong today, he looked the part. I thought I'm going to put George Evans in tonight. I thought he did really well as a back three. Probably it's like maybe it's a second coming of George Evans. You just never know, and we found a position for him that he might do well in. Once that back line was dispersed, i.e. Hutchison went off and Alex Mitchell came on, I thought, well, I'm a big fan of Alex Mitchell, and I really do think he's going to be a strong leader with Millwall. Let's just hope he's in and around this season in the first team. I thought Malachi was better tonight as he was against compared to Gillingham. I did say on the voice note that I thought he needs to go out on loan, and he looked a bit, maybe the game got to him at Gillingham, but tonight he was he was really good. He was really comfortable and strong and aggressive on that left side. Really enjoyed seeing him when he came on. I also said about Maku, who I've got my boy next to me. I told him this lad Maku is going to be some talent, and I think we will see some exciting times ahead with that boy. Really like him. He's strong, he's quick, and he's got an eye for a goal. Really do like him. And the final player, which was the game changer, was SA. Christ. If we're asking for 13, 14, 15, whatever million for Fleming, this boy, his value is doubled. He will go for big money if he carries on playing the way he is. And I will actually worry that if a club like a top Premier League club will see that and put in the most ridiculous bidding for him. That's my only worry. But Jesus, he is some talent. Other mentions, Billy Mitchell came on, he gave a fuck tonight, and I love that about Billy. He put on that lovely pass for Nisbet for that first goal, and just once again bossed that midfield. And also I will actually give the Belgian boy, Casper the Belgian Ghost, credit. He's only been with the club, 3-4 days? Okay, he was a bit rusty in some areas, but you know what? He put himself about, and you could see something about him. So, really good. But I'm so pleased we didn't lose to them lot. I mean, Christ's sake, it was their cup final today, and, they're going to go home on the train down to Abbey Wood or wherever they're all from, saying, oh, we should have won that. But you know what? At half time, I was thinking, bloody hell, I might take my Norwich ticket back to the club and ask for a refund. But if we can get it right, things are looking up for Millwall. Nice to see you and Arron in the press box. I hope those prawn sandwiches were very tasty. Only joking. But we'll look forward to see you back at Birdshit Corner. Take care, Nick. Come on, you Lions.
Achtung, Millwall.